Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 replay cast. I was looking for some good games to cast, and I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Of course, it's another one from the IEM qualifiers, sort of like all the other games lately, but this is definitely one worth watching. Spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map, it's Shivo's soO. And, hold on, let me get rid of that. Spawning up in the top right-hand side of the map, it's none other than Jin Air Greenwing's Maru. Guys, they were selling, like, I don't know if they still are, but by the time that this video goes up, but they're selling, like, Jin Air merchandise on the ESL shop for, like, $5. You can get, like, a shirt. You can get, like, a hoodie for, like, $5. It's actually really cheap, so, I don't know, you guys may want to look around for that. That's just something. Jin Air has been supporting Maru for quite a long time, as he started playing when he was very young. And then soO just recently joined his team Shivo. Now, I mean, soO has been called a monster Zerg, and Maru is just such a crazy Terran, so that's why I'm really excited to cast this game and see how it's going to go. Just like, I mean, we could have just like a pretty crazy straight-up macro game here. Spawning pool on the way for soO. Maru, no proxy or anything like that. It's Serlin Fall, so no surprise there, not rushing into anything too crazy like that. Just opening up with a standard Reaper expand, which call me greedy, but this leads into the best games when a Terran opens up more sort of standard. And lately I have cast a lot of, you know, just the sort of Hellion Cyclone mech lately, and I mean, of course that's good fun and everything, but the best part about TvZ, I think, no doubt, is about that sort of like Bio versus Ling Bane or whatever you want to call it. So we'll see if we're blessed with that. You never know. But these two guys, some of the greatest StarCraft players in the world, both won a lot of money to their name. Maru, just still kind of on a streak of dominance. I mean, heading into this year's GSL, which he won the tournament 3 times in a row, the best tournament in the world. So, I mean, arguably makes him one of the best players in the world, besides, you know who, Voldemort, aka Serral. Now, Reaper's coming on in here, gonna be heading towards the natural. Very standard stuff, that the dance that's been danced a million times. Ling's gonna be getting bruised, soO pulls the injured Ling back, and just like that, the Reaper has to get sent packing. soO might lose a Ling here. Sometimes the Reaper can pick off 1 or 2. It really depends. So far, doing a good job microing. Queen pops out, sends that Reaper packing. She's going to want to inject into that hatchery. Or actually, soO, pardon me, drops a creep tumor right out the gate. So not just focusing on that and getting up a queen in his main base already, so he injected that hatchery. Learning new things about how Zergs like to play every day, but on Maru's side of the map, he's getting up to Starport. Hellion production on the way here. Then Metabolic Boost going up behind it. He's got up his 3rd base. Maru knows about this. This was a pretty darn quick 3rd base for soO. So, I mean, there's no doubt that he wants to get that up and running. But no, we'll see. I mean, Maru, he's getting out these Hellions. We'll see if he goes into something like a Banshee. He's making his couple of Marines, which usually are the get out of here Overlord Marines, but we'll see if he makes anything else. Like this can lead into multiple forms of aggression, and this is interesting. Making 3 Marines is actually a little bit curious. Producing Hellions while making 3 Marines, sometimes this would lead into like say potential Hellbat push or something like that, but the fact that Maru's got a Banshee on the way does make, or a Tech Lab for a potential Banshee, makes this a little bit curious. I doubt we'll see a Raven though. So, yeah, there we go, Cloak on the way. But then still just made a couple of Marines, so okay, he did just stop at 2. I don't know, I guess just to keep the Overlords away, and that's what this Marine's going to be doing. Not going to be able to get there in time to prevent this Overlord from scouting, though. Meanwhile, Maru poking around with his Hellion. Sees a Queen going to be sending her, or sees several Queens. Those Hellions got to get running back. The Reaper never tossed down a grenade at those Queens. But as far as everything goes, very standard openings. But this is where it's going to be heating up a little bit. As Maru throwing down that armory, he's got a Banshee on the way. He's making Hellions. And Banshee Hellbat attacks has been lethal for a very long time. So we'll see what he's able to get done versus soO here. Just those Queens continuously pushing the Hellbats back. But they might not be able to do that once they turn into Hellbats here. As Maru, he's repairing those injured Hellions. He's got 8 out in total, going to be crossing the map with these. Keep in mind, guys, he's just been showing the force. So soO may be thinking that he's, say, tacking up into something else, but behind this, Maru is bringing in the aggression. He's got his first Banshee out There she is. So Maru going to be coming in, going to have Cloak on this Banshee, going to have Hellbats. Now here he comes on in, and there we go. Autobots roll out. Those Hellions transforming into the much beefier Hellbats. They're going to start pushing these Queens back. soO has a fair few Banelings on the way. Maru's just looking for whatever he can, but these Hellbats are pretty slow, so the Zerg can sometimes play around them. No major losses or anything yet. This Banshee can be a bit of a pain. Maru could focus fire down these Banelings. He doesn't do that, but the Hellbats actually split very well. More Banelings are coming on in. This Banshee bruising up the Queens. Maru's going to be eating some of those Banelings. Actually takes some pretty decent connections there. I mean, the Banshee put out a lot of damage versus these Queens, but ultimately not getting too much done. Alright, so I mean, Maru's attack doesn't get too much done there. soO's got a Spire on the way, so he really did what he needed to do. He actually held that very, very well. I mean, that was a pretty scary attack, but in the end, just managing to deal with that well. Didn't lose many drones or anything. Maru didn't have any other attacks going on, but here comes in 3 Hellions. I mean, they're going to pick off a creep tumor. Are they going to be able to get anything done, though? They're heading right on into this third base. Going to try and fry up some units, but I'm not sure they'll be able to get too many drones, although, I mean, they get a fair few shots off, so actually kills more workers in that quick little run by than he did before. 2 Banshees are in here as well. Might be able to pick off a Queen. They actually just miss her, so that's a bit of a bummer for Maru. I mean, going to be working away on this extractor for now. I guess it's something, you know, right? So you may as well maybe can pop off a drone or 2. Maru with very excellent Banshee control, but gotta get out of there thanks to those Queens. Third base floating over. Scan goes down for Maru, using these Banshees to clean up some of those creep tumors. soO, though, has done a pretty good job spreading his creep. We'll see that expand more as the game goes on, of course. You always want to be doing that if you're a Zerg player. It allows you to sort of have map control and prevent the Terran just from really running at you. So Maru doing the best he can to clean up that creep. soO doing the best he can to spread that creep. These Banshees got to be careful, though. Actually a little bit overstaying their welcome onto that creep. So soO manages to kill off one of those Banshees. Just going to respread this creep. So not really being slowed down too much. 1-1 is on the way for soO. Meanwhile, 1-1 about to finish up for Maru. So he does have very nice upgrade timings. He is on 3 bases, has been teching up. So Maru's going to have a lot of bio. And pardon me, he's actually coming in here with a drop, and soO's not quite ready for this. Some drones are going to be getting picked off. Pardon me for not seeing that drop head out earlier, but here's Maru. He's got to be very careful with these units. Loaded up into the medivacs, but does have to escape there as one of the medivacs took a fair bit of a beating. The Marines also can't hang around too long thanks to those Banelings, but soO also got up these mutas. I mean, they haven't got too much done. I apologize for my observing this game, guys. Like, I mean, mutas and drops are pretty important to keep an eye on. Now, the medivacs for Maru got to be careful as they head on back. These mutas probably wanting to find them if they're out there, but Maru knows that he's unloading his units. He's got his bio here. Got to be very careful. The mutas are hanging around waiting to try and pick him off. Maru nabs up one of them, but the rest of his army is now moving across the map. We could be seeing soO in a bit of trouble here as Maru's coming in. He's going to have 1-1. soO's 1-1 isn't quite done yet. 2-2's already on the way for Maru, so looking to make a strong push happen. Maru's stepping forward. soO could be in trouble. I mean, these Marines are very stimmed, but their reinforcements are pretty healthy there. So now the tank's coming on in to support this, and this is just a lot of Marine tank, and what does soO have to deal with it? He's got 15 Banelings to his name, but gonna need some good connections. Maru's gonna be using these ledges, trying to get up on this 4th base. We'll see if he's able to bring it down, or maybe even take it further. The Marines now firing away at this hatchery. soO's gonna want to take the perfect engagement. Queens can transfuse the hatchery a while to keep it alive, but soO's pulling the trigger on this. A few Lings run to the north, but the majority of the army is on the south side, so the tanks are getting some good shots off. The bio has to kite back, though. The muta's trying to pick off those tanks before they get any more damage done, and Maru did lose a big chunk of his army here. He's having to retreat. The Lings and Banelings getting on top of everything, and he's running. He's sniping those Banelings as he retreats. Fantastic focus fire. Reinforcements coming on in here. I mean, soO is continuing to push this, so a few mines are burrowing, though. That might be enough to push soO back. Maybe going to get some decent connections there so far. Maru hangs on. He's got his 4th CC on the way, so I mean, that attack didn't work out. soO did manage to save the hatchery, which is very important for him, but Maru not getting snowballed or anything like that, which is very important. Sometimes if you attack and it gets shut down, you just lose the game, but Maru with enough to stay alive in this game. But these mutas can also still be a pain. Looking to get up a supply depot there. That does get picked off, but I mean, little things like that aren't too important in this game. These players really are looking for the big wins. Now Maru looking to secure his 4th base as this goes on. soO getting up his 5th base. Both these players sort of sitting back and breathing a little bit, but I imagine it won't be too long before Maru decides to push out again. He's got 2-2 on, well, he's got 2-2 done. He's starting his +3 attack. soO's got 2-2 on the way. Keep in mind, guys, soO has just got a lair. He hasn't started any sign of a hive or anything like that, so I mean, he is going to be sticking to this classical Lingbane Muta style, which has made for some of the greatest Starcraft 2 games ever, honestly. I mean, soO's been doing this for a long time now, and here we see soO just got these mutas, got these banelings and lings, maybe waiting for a prime opportunity to move out. If Maru moves out, soO may just go and hit him hard. A few Marines are waiting to intercept these mutas here, but they could be in a bit of trouble here, as there's a lot of Zerg waiting on the high ground. soO lurking in the shadows. Now these Marines, they could be in trouble. soO sees them. Is he gonna go for it? Looks like he is. These Marines could be getting hit with a wave of banelings. Maru has to try and run him away. The banelings do connect there. Maru does have a lot of units at his 3rd base, so keeping it safe, but soO doing a good job keeping the pressure on his opponent. A few banelings get nabbed up there. But as this is going on, soO's got up a 5th base. He's getting up his 6th base while this is going on. He's going to have his 2-2 finishing soon, so the players will be equal on upgrades. Maru maybe not wanting to wait for soO to be equal on upgrades. I mean, he's only got about 20 seconds to make something happen. Just cleaning up some creep and heading back. He's showing a lot of pacifism here, as pushing on Cerulean Fall can always be a bit of a risky move, as I mean, it's just one of these, it's just such a huge map, so when you move out, you're really committed to that move out. Counterattacks can be very lethal. Now, soO, as this has been going on, he is getting his hive on the way, so he is going to be reaching that sort of scary higher tech. Muta's picking off a Marine there, that poor guy. But now it looks like Maru is moving out, actually going with 2 different armies, it looks like. This is very risky if you're Maru. I mean, splitting up your army is always so risky, because like one half can just be smashed and then the other half can just be smashed. But looks like Maru is going to be going for it. Got to be so careful with this. Might just have to lift some of these units up and get on out. Banelings roll forward, get decent connections. Not the most efficient trades hitting Marauders, but here's Maru with the rest of his army going to be heading towards this 6th hatchery of soO on the left side. I mean, but as we saw, I mean, one half of Maru's army can't fight soO's whole army, so that side just gets destroyed. soO is going to be losing a 6th base, it looks like, though, and he may just decide to keep this counterattack going, realizing that Maru, the remainder of Maru's army, is out on the map. So many banelings rolling forward for soO. This is just a wave of Zerg right now heading in towards Maru's natural. Baneling's going to crash into those supply depots. Maru's going to have to try and make a hold on the high ground. He's got Marauders, every unit he can make rolling out. I mean, he's lifting off his bases. These banelings, I mean, they're connecting with a lot. Maru's taking a massive beating, but he's also pushing into soO's base on this side of the map. Looks like Maru lost his 3rd base, loses his natural command, or pardon me, loses one of those CCs. And now Maru, though, still pushing on in. Can soO clean up this army, really is the question. A lot of Widow Mines have been detonated, but they really don't have any other shots. This army is very overstimmed, and it looks like soO may just be able to crash through here. These Baneling is going to be connecting with the rest of the army, and Maru's attack does get shut down. These Widow Mines going to be coming off cooldown relatively soon, but keep in mind, soO took a bit of a beating there, and so did Maru. Maru lost his one of his command centers, and actually floating over another there. He did have a fair few on the back burner, though, so he's going to try and get his economy back up. He's been producing a lot. He took a lot of SCV beatings, but what he did to soO there really is what's keeping him in this game. But these mutas for soO, I mean, the more damage they get done at this point, it's really going to stack up. Maru's economy's already been beaten a fair bit. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. I mean, 37 workers is all he has. Widowmine's going to be hitting some overseers. soO splits to keep one of them alive, but I mean, we'll see. Maru may just decide to try and move out, but for now, just trying to get this economy back on track. He's actually really just focused on making some units. There we go. He fires up some SCVs, trying to get that count back up. But soO, I mean, yeah, he lost 2 bases, but he had these extras going, so his economy has been better. All right, now here we see soO coming in with the mutas. Going to be looking to pick off some of these missile turrets. That missile turret being repaired, though, going to be able to push these mutas back. soO is at a 15 mutalist count. They've got +2 attacks, so I mean, they put out a fair bit of damage. Maru's got to be careful when trying to defend versus this. He's got one hell of a minefield, by the way. Oh my god, this is a lot of Widow Mines. I mean, Maru with 14 Widow Mines. But this is where it becomes a little bit concerning for Maru, the Terran player. We see soO, he's on 5 bases. He's got 3-3 on the way, an Ultra Cavern on the way. He's got Adrenal Glands already done, so those Lings are really going to pack a punch. There's the Chitinous Plating firing up. So Maru knows he could be in a lot of trouble here. He scans the Ultra Cavern, may just be thinking, I'm going to have to go for it sooner. We'll see if he plays the more passive approach, in which he's really going to get up a lot of Liberators, say a ton of Ghosts. He's getting Personal Cloaking on the way, which means he does have a Ghost Academy. So going to be trying to face soO with that, but here goes Maru stepping off creep right now. soO gotta be very careful, but I mean, he's got so much Zerg right now. I don't know if he needs to be too scared. Gotta really respect the Widow Mines, of course, but just the overwhelming amount of army he has is just horrific at this point. So many Widow Mines are going to be getting connections. We'll see if they're enough, though. soO's just rolling forward. This is a ton of Zerg. Maru with his 3-3 before soO's 3-3. His Marines take a pretty decent fight there, but still soO with an overwhelming amount of army. He's got a ton of Lings, a ton of Banelings. Ultras are now on the way out. Maru's army just not up to stuff. He's down on supply. I mean, we'll see. He's got such a minefield out. I really love this for Maru, really spreading out the Widow Mines, because guys, like, it's pretty rare for a Widow Mine not to get a cost-efficient trade. I mean, that's just one of the wonders of them. So a lot of mines, it's tough to go wrong, but soO getting that Anabolic Synthesis on the way. Now, Coke on the way and everything still. Liberators on the way. So, I mean, these guys are gearing up for the late game, but it does look like it's going to be a little bit better for soO. Widow Mines not getting a shot off. Looks like one of them did. These mutas a little bit bruised. Maru's stepping out on creep, but he's got to be so careful. The army of soO is just lurking, and I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. soO's just played well this game. I mean, playing very well to the map, and suddenly he's got a ton of Ultralisks here. Got some Infestors with this army as well, and here we go. He's pulling the trigger. Maru, I don't think his Ghosts are going to be able to get their snipes off. Here comes soO crashing forward. Not all of Maru's army is here, I believe. Lots of mines are spread out. That command center is going to be going down. Banelings get some good connections there. I mean, there's not too much Zerg left on the ground. soO traded out a lot of supply, but there still might just be enough Zerg. A lot of Maru's supply is in these medivacs. We're seeing soO with a nice supply lead, about 60, and a ton of Maru's supply is just in these medivacs. He's producing as much bio as he can, but in the end, not able to make that comeback happen. Very well played by soO, able to close that one out. GG. Well played. But yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button as you made it to the end. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, as I'm always putting out more StarCraft 2 content. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.